Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. From the fabulous Sugar Shack, it's the In Wheel Time car talk show. Coming up, live racing from Houston Motorsports Resort with Richard Tomlin. Conrad will have the In Wheel Time Car Clinic. We'll also have this week's auto news. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. King Conrad DeLong. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. Right now, let's go down to Angleton, Texas, and talk to Richard Tomlin. Richard, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Well, very well, thank you. Richard is he's the off-road, road racing guru.
Hill climbing.
Executive of SCCA.
Yeah, he does everything.
And he's a BMF.
We like playing with cars. That's all.
Clearly, you do.
So you're playing with LeMons this weekend.
Yes, we're playing with LeMons this weekend. We've got 110 cars.
Oh, wow.
And I think we're 14th year, so 110 cars, 5 drivers per car.
Okay.
550 drivers on site.
I love the Gremlin.
Richard.
The Gremlin's amazing. The AMC is even better.
That's AMC. Let's talk about what exactly is the 24 hours of LeMons.
So 24 hours of LeMons is you and 4 or 5 of your buddies getting together, buying a $500-ish car, and then you start adding safety equipment that doesn't count towards your $500. You put some decent tires on it. You come out on a Saturday. We run a 9-hour race, and then we'll turn around Sunday, and we'll run like a 6 or 7 hour race. And then we all have a bunch of beer and celebrate and go home and try and make our cars faster for next time.
So the 24 hours nomenclature.
It's for a $7 trophy, right? So
the 24 hours part of this is just 24 hours of fun and camaraderie on a racetrack with a bunch of crazy people, not the actual
Correct.
Race itself.
Yeah, they still hold one event a year that is what we call a true 24. And that race, of course, is always amazing and booked out with people. But what we find is 24 hours is really hard for an amateur team to pull off. A, to keep a car running. B, to keep your drivers on track. So it's a challenge.
Do you have a lot of cars that go off the track there?
You will have some. You always do. You have some like that show up with like BMWs with LS motors shoved in them. They find themselves off track from time to time. Yeah, it happens.
Well, right now my mind is set on a 125 horsepower straight 6-cylinder engine out of the car itself, an American Motors fine piece of work out there.
There's a couple of those now. I will say the AMCs are far from stock. They're probably making more power than the GM LS right here.
So they
get a whole lot less shit over it because it is an LS.
All right. Well, how am I supposed to compete with my $500 car? And then
so it's they've got this thing called judging that happens. So once you get your car tagged, and they said, okay, you're legal, you're safe, then you go to what they call BS judging. And that's where you present your case on, hey, did this guy really spend $500 or did he spend $5,000? And like I was just over talking to a team a few minutes ago, and they were assigned 5 penalty laps in Class A. Another team was assigned 100 penalty laps. So there's no way they can win the race, but they still get to go out there and be in the race.
So do they put all these cars on the track at the same time?
Yep, 110 cars and 2.4 miles of road course.
Now, is this
enjoyable.
A rolling start?
You should fire up the Corvette and make a trip down here.
Hell no. No. This would be like getting on 45 the Gulf Freeway, starting at Gulf Gate and trying to get into downtown Houston at 7 a.m.
Not going to happen.
At a high speed.
Yeah.
So, Richard, didn't they used to claim those cars and then kind of do stuff to them, like crush them?
Yeah, they used to have what was called a people's curse. And basically each team got a vote on who they thought was the cheatiest car. And then they would have a large implement out here that would pick the car up and just destroy it, pick it up, throw it on the ground, and tear it apart. And that was amazing and fun, but a lot of people got their feelings hurt. So that went away, and now there's just a promoter's claim rule.
Okay, well, now I have to ask you, how do you spell the word cheatiest?
That's all to you because that's not me. I wasn't the good school kid.
Okay,
so.
Cheatiest.
I'm the mechanic, remember?
Yeah, I got that.
So is Apex got any cars in the run?
Of the 110 cars, we've got about 70, 75 that we've either worked on or put cages in.
Oh, wow.
We're actually working on 2 last night until about 10:30 to get them back in the race. So we were back down the track this morning at 6 working on a little Ford Ranger as well. So a lot of little things help them out.
You've had some pictures up on Facebook about putting in roll bars and stuff. Is that some of the cars you were working on?
Yeah, that's the same stuff. Like rules change every year. So as rules change, we have to accommodate those cars and make sure that everybody's still going to be safe and fit the rules and be able to play.
So what's sticking out of the hood of that orange car there that you're showing us?
That would be an air cleaner because that's a nice, healthy 350. That's probably the best sounding car here. Looks like an old ARCA car, but I think it's funny because it's parked right beside a Miata that I know was $500 because I started to work on that car. And then you're parked next to a Subaru wagon. And it's just like the complexity of what we have here is what makes it so much fun.
This is almost like a destruction derby kind of thing that I'm looking at here.
Contact is not encouraged or allowed.
Well, not on purpose.
But it happens.
It does happen. It does happen.
So, if it ain't rubbing, it ain't racing.
Yeah, you'd find yourself in the penalty box here quite a bit.
Oh, really?
You're a bad guy.
I got you.
Don't do that.
So
you get the penalty box 5 times and they park your car for the day.
Is the penalty box a physical location you have to go sit in for timeout?
Correct. You go sit, and then the judge immediately decides what your punishment will be, which could be you being saran wrapped to the top of your car and driven around saying that you're a crappy driver.
We call that Tuesday.
Yes. There's a lot of making sure that everyone else around you knows how good or how bad you really are.
Wow.
So quite eclectic collection of vehicles I can see.
Oh yeah. It's part of what makes this thing so entertaining. And you have to become a master of everything internal combustion. It's not just one brand, one mark that you're focusing on. You're trying to become all around skilled.
Now, are you part of the tech inspection here as well?
I have stayed separate from that because it's in my backyard. I like to have the ones come in from out of town and have them judge what our work is. We do so much of the work, I don't think it's right for us to judge it.
Oh, okay.
So
those don't look like $500
I'm just going to
cars.
say, I thought I saw a Mercedes-Benz there that you just passed, but I guess that's not in the paddock area. No, there's a Mercedes-Benz in here?
Yeah, there's a couple of them. Mercedes is actually one before, old school AMG car. Here's a P71 we actually did a manual swap on recently next to a Ford Focus. I mean, we have all kinds of diversity.
You're losing my concept of a $500 car here real fast.
Yeah,
Mercedes-Benz, AMG, and 500 shouldn't all be in the same sentence.
Exactly.
You buy it with a blown motor, right? And then you put a motor back together with you and your friends over the weekend, and that's how that kind of stuff works out.
Well, you'd have $500 just in gaskets.
Yeah.
Right. But, I mean, you found some of those on the floor, right? They were in the shelf. So there's ways to make things happen.
I see.
This is another one of the Miatas that gets a really hard time, but it's just a really nice paint job on a Miata.
Well, something tells me that there's a lot of lying going on down there.
Well, I think that goes back to the cheatingest.
I looked it up.
It's good sport.
I looked it up. There's no such word.
Cheatiest is not a word.
No such word.
I'm spelling it CHEETIEST.
I think it's EAT, is it?
GDS. Est.
Est. But whatever the case may be, so it's basically your word against somebody else's word as to whether they spent more than $500 on their car, because you did.
That looks like a BMW.
It is.
This is an E36. Not a slow car, but I was getting over
cut
the
the top
AMG.
off
It's a convertible.
It's a $500 car. Who cares?
Reduce weight, right? There was no top on it. This is the cheatiest one. This is your Mercedes C230 compressor. Diffuser has been around for years. Is just stout competition, and not sparing many expenses on it, in all honesty.
What is it, a Turbo 4?
But it didn't happen in 1 year. This couple of years of production to get to this level.
Is it a Turbo 4?
Don't get me lying.
Okay. Well, why not?
Yeah, you could ask the owner, but he's only going to lie anyhow.
This is how you know. This is how you know it's true. It's a stock motor. That's stock motor.
It really is. Now, when we added the turbo,
we added a
Stock out of a Ferrari.
it came with a supercharger, but it really is just straight up.
Sweet.
So it's a stock hair dryer, huh?
God,
Yeah, stock hair dryer.
you
Very
know,
good. Plenty
this-
like Mercedes are actually in the event. Yes, plenty of Mercedes.
I think that what you need to do, not that any of us are qualified to drive it, but we need to have the Apex Auto Works in-wheel time machine down there next year.
Yeah. We're working on a car right now, so we'll get together and we'll talk on that.
A black Corvette.
So we're working on one.
And drive it.
Yeah, no, it's Corvette powered, but in a Miata. Surprisingly
Drive it
enough.
in reverse.
So
Oh, God.
here's the best part about some of these LeMons cars: they are still tagged and still street legal. So people will actually use them to drive around from time to time.
I
I
can
bet
see
you
that.
that attracts attention.
Well, that'd be good on the Gulf Freeway. Or better
Oh,
yet,
yeah.
45 the North Freeway. That'd be my guess.
It's just it is one amazing time with a lot of cool people and a lot of cool cars.
All right, so what,
And some cars that people have just forgotten about.
Are
what
pickup
time-
trucks allowed?
Do what? What flags?
Truck?
Are pickup trucks allowed?
There are some S10s, the small ones. Here's one here. Here's an S10. As we bring that up, they actually do quite well. They're tossable. Of course, all of them are rear-wheel drive as well. Look, and this one's even got AC on it. See?
AC. I like it. Richard, what time
Little
does
duct tape flame.
what time does this event get started today?
Race actually starts at 10 today. We'll start loading cars on track about 9:30, and then about 10 o'clock the green flag drops. We race until 5. $20, I think, to get in for the day. But come down, check it out. You'll enjoy it, I promise.
So besides the $500 car, what's the entry? What I've got a car and I want to run it. What does it cost me to get in? To run it?
Entry fee to the race is like $1,250. The bigger part is all the safety equipment that you need to make it work, right?
That's a Cadillac.
I know.
So
it's
the
a
safety
Cadillac.
equipment.
That's good. That's the winner right
Jeff's
there.
car.
Yeah. Hey.
And this is Team Orca. The tail fin is missing, but they do actually have a tail fin. I don't know where it went. It was on yesterday. But we were chasing cooling issues on this car yesterday.
Because it is cool.
So,
Yeah, Jeff thinks it's cool.
And then-
Yeah, it's cool, baby.
peek over here. Yeah, peek over here. The Volkswagens are always fun, too.
Okay.
Volkswagen Bugs.
Well, $500 car.
Well, that's
Exactly.
That's nothing.
Throw the right wheels on it. Throw some nice Audi components in it. It's pretty quick. It's not slow.
That's nothing less than a rebadged Porsche.
Yeah, exactly.
So Richard, all 110 cars hit
No,
the
it's-
track at the same time. I mean, they're
Yep.
not classed or anything. It's just winner,
There's
whoever.
3 classes.
Okay.
Class A is, hey, you have a race car. Class B, well, you tried. And Class C, did you even read the rules? And that's how it works. Like,
And
you
if
just
you're
show up
entering
with the light.
lemons, you don't have class.
Right.
Simple classification.
class.
You know what you're doing. You kind of have an idea. And what the hell?
You know what would be really fun is for that place to have a circle track. And so if you drill it down, because you couldn't get 110 cars on a half-mile track. That'd be impossible to do.
Yeah.
But you drill it down and you get 50 of those cars on a circle track, 3/8 mile, half mile, whatever, and let them go. Oh
That'd be
my
too much
God,
fun.
that would be too much fun. That would be a rubbing and racing thing. You couldn't get away with
Yeah.
not.
Too much contact there, I'm sure.
So, do you bring your welder with you there to do any of these cage modifications, or they all have to go back to the shop?
We used to bring everything here, but now we found out it's usually quicker to leave the fabricator at the shop, and then we basically make all the work here, figure out what we're going to do, and then we send them there on a schedule of every 30 minutes. Get them knocked out.
Nobody could find the shop, Richard.
You found it. If you found it, anybody can.
Well, there's that. Yeah. The good thing that they've got Braille.
Now, see, and this is an old Bondurant car here. So we know it wasn't originally a $500 car, but now it is.
Yeah, because you said it
Another
was.
BMW.
Well,
Richard's out there. What time does this race actually start?
10.
10.
Were you
10
not
a.m.
paying attention?
No, well, I didn't
So
write that
about
part
an
of it down.
about
No,
an
I was
hour
just
from
thinking.
now.
I was watching him walking around, so he's obviously got some good signal out there. if we had a car out there, we could do our show out there from
We
8
could do
to
it
11.
from inside the race car.
Yeah.
The last hour.
We need to get your minivan, and the four of us can ride in the minivan during the
He
Absolutely.
race.
doesn't have a minivan.
I don't have one anymore,
If
but I bet I can find one.
If that's the case, then I'm the driver.
Oh God!
I've been in
I
a
got
minivan with
a
you
minivan,
driving.
so
It's
you're
like they do
qualified
on,
to drive that one, too.
on NASCAR. Let's talk to the driver now.
That's it.
Here is a Ranger that the team probably spent 5-6 hours yesterday working on getting it running and succeeded overnight.
Why?
New PCM, fuel pressure regulator, but we're talking about trucks, and this is Ford Ranger that's running the race as well.
With white wheels on it.
I like it.
Kind of
Well,
white
Richard,
grill to match.
that looks like tons of fun, Richard. We sure appreciate you spending the time with us this morning, just ahead of the green flag.
Look at all that crap laying
All
out
right,
there.
we'll
That's
see
like
you.
our remote.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks,
Thanks,
you.
Richard.
Appreciate it.
He has fun, doesn't he? From the 24 hours of Lemons to the Pikes Peak hill climb and everything in between.
Is he making money? That's the real thing.
Obviously, he is if he's doing all
guess,
this.
I guess
Yeah,
so.
I
And
mean,
then
he's
doing the Mexican
got me
deserts and
suckered
all
in.
that.
he's putting a car. He's actually got a car that he puts up there on Pikes Peak and takes to Mexico.
Yeah, well, there's that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, we'd love to hear from you. Just shoot us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. We're going to take a quick break now, and we will be back with more of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show after these brief messages. I said saying. Oh, let's try that again.
These brief messages.
D's. Tailpipes and Tacos is back. It's been a while, but the popular Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In returns to the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, and it's an extra special one. Bring your hot rod classic or modern classic to compete for one of the famous chili pepper trophies and get a free breakfast taco. Just make a donation of any size to God's Garage and Loopy's will match it. You'll be helping single mothers who need a set of wheels. It's been almost a year in the making, so you won't want to miss Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, November 11th, 8 to 11 a.m. Cruise in, donate what you want to God's Garage, and grab a free Loopy Tortilla breakfast taco. Tailpipes and Tacos only happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy at 703 West Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of the Katy Freeway. It's car show season, and what better way to kick it off than a free taco and camaraderie at Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, November 11th, 8 to 11 a.m. The In Real Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Proceeds benefit God's Garage.
Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet and GM Performance has the absolute best price that you will find on GM parts plus transmissions and engines. Over $25 million in parts and powertrain inventory and customer service that will be not matched by anyone in the country. Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet and GM Performance, whether you are a drag racer, an oval track racer, a hot rodder, it matters not. Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet and GM Performance will have the best price in the country, the best customer service, and the best delivery times that you will find on your GM parts. It can be on your dock, at your front door in a matter of days. It's Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet, GM Performance, and customer service to boot. Contact our Texas team, Gina Shile-Knowles at 713-907-0906 or Rodney Rodriguez at 512-300-4445. You will not find better service or better inventory in the country. Rogers Dabbs and GM Performance.
All right, time now for the In Wheel Time Car Clinic, brought to you by Conrad DeLong, and he has put together something different in the car clinic today.
Well, you told me to stop with the fluids and do something different, so we're going to do something a little different today.
Okay, do it.
And this is going to be a challenge to any of our listeners.
Or
If you-
me.
If you can think of more, get on our Facebook page and add to it. Because today we're going to talk about cars named after places. And we're going to start with,
Oh, what?
you should have a video. We're going to start with
There he is.
Chevrolet Colorado.
Hold on, let me get it.
Is one of them. And we're just going to kind of blow through these. One of Jeff's favorite cars, the Ford Capri.
Well, what do you, Capri? Capri.
Capri. It's
I
a
learned
city
how to
in
drive
France.
a stick on a Capri.
Okay.
Toyota Tacoma.
Okay, we get that.
I've been there.
The Volvo Amazon.
Wait just a minute. Let's
Okay.
catch up here. There's
Toyota
the Tacoma.
Tacoma.
Where is Tacoma?
Tacoma, Washington.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a city, yeah.
Okay. The Volvo Amazon. That's a jungle in Brazil.
Oh, I was thinking Volvo. I was thinking Volvo.
Ford Torino Talladega is after the Volvo.
I thought you were going to show.
I like that. That's cool.
Show
there.
a picture of Talladega.
The Alfa Romeo Montreal, which I thought was kind of a cool car. Kind of a different car. You don't see very many of
A
them.
Montreal.
Like plastic
A
headlights.
Hyundai Santa Fe.
Santa Fe, New
After
Mexico. Yeah, uh-huh.
The Chevrolet Malibu. Let's see. Come on, there we go. Chevy Malibu. And I had one that color, but a two-door post. The Ferrari 550 Maranello. Maranello, Italy.
Car.
The Dodge Dakota.
The state.
The Ferrari California, which is actually Ferrari's lowest price car, if there is such a thing. The Chrysler New Yorker. The BMW Bavaria, a place in
That'd
Germany.
be Bavaria.
The Dodge Aspen.
That's not a Dodge.
It's a Chevrolet.
That's a Chevy Tahoe. The Chevrolet Monte Carlo. Pontiac Bonneville.
That's cool.
Chrysler Pacifica. Pacifica is a town in California.
I didn't know that.
It's also
Alfa Romeo Milano.
That's ugly.
That's not the toenail.
Yeah.
Dodge Durango. Some of the others would be a GMC Yukon. Don just mentioned the
What
GMC
is that?
Denali. That's the Dodge Aspen.
Oh.
I remember the Aspen.
It was actually, there was a version of it that was called a Roadrunner, but for some reason I
Yeah.
don't see one out at Hemi Hideout.
Oh.
The Aspen.
No,
The Roadrunner.
Roadrunner Aspen. Yeah.
GMC
Decals.
Sierra would be another, and I'll challenge anybody that listens, get on and add some additional ones on our Facebook page. That's about 22, 23 of them that I could think of. I'm sure somebody can think of more than that, but so
Well, you don't hear of the BMW Bavaria.
no, a very unique little car. Yeah.
Well, not only that, but I mean now it's the BMW M37-4232123.
Doodah.
I don't understand why they've gone in this direction of alphanumeric stuff.
They're trying to build some intelligence into the name of it so that they can say, oh, it's a BMW ABCD, like you're saying. Well, that means it's a blah, 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 blah. That's all it
it's
is.
funny
all
because-
of those numbers mean something. The
Yeah.
E is the chassis. The numbers after it tend to talk about the engine size.
Yeah, it's
the
some
letters
sort of,
after it,
yeah,
like on a
intelligence of
Mercedes,
some
an
sort.
SEL or an SL indicate the body style. If a BMW ends in an I, it means it's fuel injected. If it ends in an L, it means it's a lightweight vehicle.
If it ends in an R,
or a
it's been
loser.
recalled.
It's been well, they've all been recalled.
Speaking of recalls, there's a tire tread and sidewall detachment
What?
issue going on.
Only happens once.
So much that NHTSA decided to send this out last night. Toyo Tire, recalling certain Open Country and Extenza tires. They are Extenza AS2, Open Country AT3,
Off-roads.
Open Country HT2, and Open Country QT. If you have any of those brands, you need to contact your dealer or contact, I guess, wherever you bought your Toyo tire.
Yeah, and if you've registered them with a DOT number, they'll probably get a letter.
Yes, they will, as a matter of fact. And that letter is set to go out in December, and hope you don't have some blowout before then.
And off-road, they're popular tire for off-road.
Toyota Motor North America Wednesday said it's recalling 1.85 million RAV4 vehicles in the U.S. because of a sizing issue with the replacement 12-volt batteries. Bizarre. The recall covers certain RAV4 compact crossovers from 2013 to 2018. About 306,000 additional vehicles are affected in Canada and Mexico. Some replacement 12-volt batteries of the size specified for the subject vehicles have smaller top dimension than others. And if a small top battery is used for replacement and the hold-down clamp is not tightened correctly, the battery could move when the vehicle is driven with forceful turns.
Yeah, you rub a hole in it.
Pretty much. And,
With a small top.
Yeah. BMW got a bunch of 23 and 24 model cars, from 530s to i7s and all this bizarre stuff that I've never even heard. Inoperative hands-on detection system, whatever that is. Honda Civic 22 to 24, incorrectly assembled steering rack. That's
Oh,
not
boy.
good.
Interesting choice of recalls this way. Small tops and racks.
Yeah.
Only you would put
Yeah,
those two
it's-
together in
That's
the
our
recall
boy.
list.
That's our boy.
Lucid Air 22 to 23 model rear seat heater may overheat the rear seats and cause a
Thermal event. A waffle ass.
Pretty much.
Wow.
Martha, I'm on fire.
Take a picture of it. I got to send it to Lucid. And I say that laughingly because I had when I worked for General Motors, I had a customer, actually was here in Houston, said that his heated seat, and this was his phrase, created a waffle, gave me waffle ass. and literally, we got a photograph of the back of this guy from where the seat grid had not blistered him, but had left some red marks on him.
Kind of like that hot cup of coffee that you hold between your legs and oops.
It's sweet.
And sued sweet.
Makes you pucker.
And sued McDonald's and won $74,000 for it.
And finally, the high voltage battery may overheat in, of all things, the Jaguar I-Pace for 2019 through 2023. All those getting recalled, go to safercar.gov and do that number.
So the I-Pace is smaller than the F-Pace.
I don't know.
No.
It's a pace to run away from. That's what that is.
Pace yourself.
Okay. We got some really good stories coming up in the
It's
next
a pace
hour.
of poop.
Pretty much, yeah. But it's time now for us to take a quick break here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. And I know that everybody looks forward to these breaks because we have some very important information from our sponsors. And right now we're going to talk to the fine folks at Autorama that will tell you all about the upcoming show. This is the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Stay with us.
Hey, Houston! America's greatest hot rod tradition is back! Thanksgiving weekend! The O'Reilly Auto Parts Autorama! At the George R. Brown Convention Center. 4 action-packed days of hot rods, customs, classics, trucks, and performance cars. The ultimate lowrider showcase. Sponsored by Shorty's Hydraulics. See Lone Star Throwdowns, Texas-sized truck spread. And don't miss the traditional rod and custom section. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, see wild, high-flying freestyle motocross stunt shows. Shop the swap meet and women's world all weekend on the celebrity stage presented by Nick's Auto Repair and Classic Car Restoration. Friday, meet AEW Tag Team Superstars, the Lucha Bros. Saturday, it's Noel G. Hector from the Fast and Furious. Sunday, it's Lou Ferrigno, the original Incredible Hulk. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Autorama. November 23rd through 26th at the George R. Brown Convention Center. Discount tickets at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Part of the Summer Racing Equipment Show Car Series. See Autorama.com for more info.
Houston's finest cars are invited to another Gulf Coast Auto Shield Car Social, Saturday, December 2nd, and you're invited too. Show off your personal pride and joy, or just stop in to see the likes of Lucid, Lamborghini, Porsche, Ferrari, and more. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your one-stop shop for paint detailing, coatings, window tint, clear bras, and wheel repair. The Car Social is your opportunity to get a tour of this state-of-the-art facility located at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. It all takes place Saturday, December 2nd, 9 to noon. This is the perfect opportunity to connect with other car enthusiasts. From BMWs to Bentleys, Corvettes to McLarens, the Car Social is a different kind of show. Talk to the owners. See Gulf Coast Auto Shield's facility. You'll be amazed. Put it on your calendar now. The Gulf Coast Auto Shield Car Social, Saturday, December 2nd, 9 to noon at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. We'll see you then. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts.